My name is Natalie Parker. I'm 31 years old, and for most of my life, I was the invisible one in my family. I wasn't the smartest. I wasn't the most successful. And according to my older sister, I wasn't good enough. For years, I stayed quiet. I worked hard, kept my head down, and avoided conflict. But everything changed the night she humiliated me in front of everyone at her engagement party. Because what she didn't know was that the very next morning, my life was about to take a turn she could never have imagined. And when she found out the truth, it was already too late. Before I continue, if you enjoy emotional real-life stories like this, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Now, let me tell you what happened. Growing up, my sister Vanessa was always the center of attention. She was confident, beautiful, and incredibly ambitious. My parents adored her. Teachers praised her. And wherever she went, people noticed her. Me? I was just there. Quiet, ordinary, forgettable. At least, that's how Vanessa always made me feel. After college, Vanessa quickly climbed the corporate ladder. By the age of 30, she was already working at a top company and living a luxurious lifestyle. Meanwhile, I chose a different path. I started a small online business. At first, it struggled. There were months I barely made any money. And every time my family gathered, Vanessa made sure to remind everyone of that. One evening, she announced her engagement. The entire family celebrated. Her fiancé, Daniel, came from a wealthy background, and their wedding was already being planned like a grand event. A week later, she invited everyone to her engagement party. I hesitated before going, but my mother insisted. "She's your sister, Natalie," she said. "You have to be there." So I went. I didn't know that night would change everything. The party was held at a luxurious venue. Elegant lights, expensive decorations, and guests dressed in designer outfits. I felt out of place the moment I walked in. Vanessa spotted me almost immediately. "Oh, you came," she said with a slight smirk. "Of course," I replied. She looked me up and down. "That's what you're wearing." I forced a smile. "It's simple, but I like it." She laughed softly. "Well, I guess not everyone can afford better." A few people nearby chuckled. I felt my cheeks burn, but I stayed quiet. As the night went on, Vanessa took the stage to thank the guests. She talked about her career, her success, and her future. Everyone applauded. Then, suddenly, she looked directly at me. "And of course," she said, smiling, "my little sister Natalie is here too." People turned to look at me. "She's still figuring things out," Vanessa added. Some guests laughed. My chest tightened, but she wasn't finished. She tried to start a business. Vanessa continued, but let's just say it didn't exactly take off. More laughter. I felt like the ground beneath me had disappeared. I couldn't stay there any longer. I quietly walked out of the hall. The noise of the party faded behind me as I stepped outside. The night air felt cold against my skin. For years, I had tolerated Vanessa's behavior, but something about that moment felt different. It wasn't just embarrassment. It was realization. I was done being treated like I didn't matter. As I stood outside, my phone buzzed. I looked down. It was an email. At first, I almost ignored it, but something made me open it. And when I read it, my heart skipped a beat. "Dear Natalie Parker, we are pleased to inform you that your business proposal has been selected for final partnership review." My hands trembled. This wasn't just any company. It was one of the largest firms in the region, the same type of company Vanessa had always dreamed of working with. And they wanted to meet me. The meeting was scheduled for the next morning. I barely slept that night. My mind kept replaying everything. Vanessa's words, the laughter, the humiliation. But now, things were different. For the first time, I felt like I had something to prove. Not to her, but to myself. The next morning, I arrived at the company's headquarters. The building was massive, modern, impressive, intimidating. I took a deep breath and walked inside. A receptionist greeted me and guided me to a meeting room. Moments later, a group of executives entered. They introduced themselves and began reviewing my business idea. At first, I was nervous, but as the conversation continued, my confidence grew. They asked detailed questions, and I answered every one of them. Finally, one of them smiled. "Natalie," he said, "your idea has incredible potential." My heart raced. "We would like to offer you a partnership." I froze. "Are you serious?" I asked. He nodded. "Very." A week later, Vanessa invited the family over again. This time, it was to discuss wedding plans. Everyone was there, the same people who had laughed at me before. Vanessa was talking about luxury venues and expensive details. Then she looked at me. "So, Natalie," she said with a smirk, "how's your little business going?" The room grew quiet. I took a deep breath. "It's doing well," I said calmly. She raised an eyebrow. "Oh, really?" I nodded. "I just signed a partnership with one of the top firms in the region." Silence filled the room. Vanessa's smile disappeared. "What?" she asked. I repeated it, this time slower and clearer, for the first time in years. She had nothing to say. In that moment, I realized something important. Success isn't about proving others wrong. It's about finally seeing your own worth. And the girl who once stood quietly in the corner was never as small as they believed.